Chapter 31, Servicing Air Brake Systems, Day 1, Video 2, Brake Malfunctions. So a lot of times the complaints come from, brake complaints will have several different sources of the complaint. Brake noise, grinding or squealing happens when we either apply the brake or it happens all the time. Braking or not, or it squeals, and then when I apply the brake, the squealing goes away. Hissing if we've got an air leak. Those are types of things that we want that are used to describe a lot of brake complaints. We can have a brake squeal being caused by shoes that are glazed, and as they are used, they are grabbing and releasing very quickly, and will cause like a high frequency noise or high frequency squeal when that happens. So it could be that the system is still fine, but they are glazed, and we'd have to go in there and remove that glaze. And sometimes, again, when that happens, when it's cold, when it's hot, loaded, unloaded, sometimes those different complaints will occur under different situations. We can have a brake that is pulling right to left, call it brake steer. So as you apply the brakes, the truck drifts to the right or drifts to the left, and then when you release the brake, it comes back on center. That could be caused by the opposite brake being contaminated with water or with oil or something like that, and not actually applying. So even though it pulls to the right brake may be okay. It's the left brake that might be oil saturated or something like that. And then we could have the movement of suspension if we've got some damaged suspension or issues with the suspension, so that as we start to brake, we can have an axle that shifts, or the load that shifts as it's put onto that suspension, causing the brake to pull to the right or left. So again, maybe not even related to the braking system, just different components in the suspension system worn. A lot of times we'll have a braking the smell. So there's times, I think all of us have followed a truck that goes down a mountain pass and he's using his brakes a lot. You have a lot of brake smell. Even cars do that too. You'll have that smell. It's kind of it's a real strong acidic type of smell that comes out from those brakes being used, and they get hot. They start putting out a smell. So the overheated will cause that. Contaminated brakes, oil or grease on the brake shoes, even water will cause the brakes to overheat. One side is not working, the one that's contaminated with the grease, that may put off a smell, and then it starts to pull to the right or left. And then aggressive braking will cause those linings to wear faster. The linings are going to wear no matter what.